This is going to be a relatively short video. I really don't have too much that I want to talk about, but I'm going to skip over the injuries, even though there are quite a lot of them. I don't really have a lot of free time right now. I don't feel like hopping on about it. We're going to start with the bye weeks. We have the Ravens, the Bills, the Bengals, and the Texans. What that means is, for the first time all season, A.J. Green is not going to be in your starting lineup. And there are going to be a lot of people looking for quality running backs, because no Way Rice, no Arian Foster, no Fred Jackson, and no C.J. Spiller. Those are four of the top two guys right there. You know, Rice and Foster are 1 and 2. Jackson and Spiller, they're both in the upper half. But so yeah, so if you've been relying on Rice and Foster to win you games, you might struggle a little this week. But there are some other options out there. We'll start with Rashaad Jennings, who will be the starter while MJD is out with an injury. I'm not quite sure how long MJD is out. They were able to rule out a season-ending injury. He will not require surgery, and because it is MJD, you have no idea how long it'll take. I mean, he could be back next week. You know, he might miss the entire season, though. I don't really know yet. I'm guessing 2 to 5 weeks. You know, somewhere in that range, though I'm not a doctor and I haven't actually been on the team. But yeah, Rashaad Jennings for now is a decent pickup because Jacksonville's entire offense revolves around that running game. And if you remember at the beginning of the season, Rashad was supposed to be the starter anyways, but he went down with an injury, which kind of forced them to just throw MJD back out there. And for the Packers, we already know Greg Jennings is out. But now Jordy Nelson apparently was injured in practice this week and could potentially miss the game. He's a game-time decision. Randell, Cobb, and James Jones definitely have some value now. They already had value, but now even more, since they're going to be the top 2 guys. But one person that nobody's talking about is Jermichael Finley. He's expected to play today despite his injury, and he could receive a fair share of targets now. Now, Nelson and Jennings out, Cobb and Jones, I don't know who plays behind them. Is Driver still on the team? I think so, but he's not really a huge playmaker. He's got great hands, a goal line and first down threat, but he's kind of old. I don't know if you realize that. So this could be the week that Finley breaks out. I mean, he's definitely got the size, and he's an athletic guy, though he's had his issues with drops, but he's been getting plenty of targets throughout the year and just hasn't held on to the ball. I'm wary of telling you to start him, but you know, this could be the week where he does break out. So look for him if you need a good tight end, or you could look for Martellus Bennett. He was drafted by the Cowboys but was stuck playing second fiddle to Jason Witten, who's a future Hall of Famer, so he shouldn't really feel bad about that. And he didn't get the chance to shine, but now he's going back to Cowboy Stadium, and I think he wants to prove that they made a mistake letting him go. He did a pretty decent job the first time with about 70 yards and a touchdown, and Eli Manning does like throwing to his tight ends, especially now that they've got Hakeem Nicks. He's coming back healthy, and so the Cowboys, their corners, they've got Claiborne and Carr, and they're all going to be trying to stop Nicks and Cruz. So, and now without Sean Lee, I think Bennett could start getting open over the middle. So he could be in for a big game. And Titus Young, his value goes up. He's had a relatively disappointing season for fantasy owners. I was wary of taking the risk on him anyways. But now that Nate Burleson is out for the season, his targets should only increase. I don't recommend starting him against Seattle. They've got one of the best secondary in the league, the most physical secondary in the league. But he's got some good matchups in the future, and his numbers should continue to improve as the season progresses. And last but not least, Brandon Stokley. He and Peyton Manning have been friends for years. He's been slowly catching more passes as the year goes on. And they definitely have a great matchup versus the Saints. He's a good sleeper if you need some depth. If you need some receiver, if you lack receiver depth and you need somebody because of the bye weeks and injuries, it's just an option to look for. So, tune in tomorrow for NBA Weekly, where we're gonna look at we'll look at all free agency from the off season. And tune in Tuesday for reflections from this week of football. And then tune in next weekend for my predictions for Week 9. This has been The Fan Perspective. I'm your host, Nathan Nile. Good luck to you today. Happy Sunday.